Hello, everybody, and welcome for joining me once again. I am Jerry Wayne, and you are here to learn about innovation today. I want to give you guys a little bit of a heads up. I did create some shirts. I want to know what you guys think about them. I do have it's on this side, my little logo right here, and I thought you guys might like this. Let me know what you think, though. So it says, "Don't tread on us." I figured it was more of a unity thing. What happened with the whole Joe Biden incident? I figured that why not bring some unity into this? And I kind of rebranded the whole "Don't tread on me." But I want to make it towards it's a unison thing. It's not about the individual. It's about us working together and overcoming a big situation. So let me know if you guys like it or not, and we'll take it from there. But innovation. I am wearing my innovative cap today, my Tesla cap. Some of you that follow me on social media already know I'm quite the Tesla fan. And I get a little bit of hate from that, but that's quite all right because I will be right in the future. I promise you that. Take that to the bank. So there are disruptive innovations that are happening right now, guys. The last time this actually happened was back in the 1920s. We had 3 disruptive innovations back then. You had the Model T, you had electricity or the light bulb, and then you had the telephone. These 3 things changed the way we run the world, the way the world works, the way that we do our everyday things or our crazy things, right? Our crazy big things like building buildings. Like it really revolutionized everything and turned society on its head. So back when that happened, we had what was called an inverted yield curve. Go ahead and Google what that is. And what the inverted yield curve did was actually drive innovation because we needed a solution. If you need a solution for something, it drives innovation because the society, the people are actually more susceptible of it coming in. And innovation is of the utmost importance to when it comes to America. Let me explain why. Let's say, just make it very basic here for a second. Let's say these disruptive innovations, it's us hard-headed Americans are like, nope, America the whole way through, the old times, we don't want change, right? Okay, that's fine. But now these other countries are going to get this disruptive innovation that's going to change the world. And the rest of the world's going to adopt it as well. And if we do not get on that train track, we're going to be like a second world country. All these other countries are doing quite amazing things. So I'm trying to educate people, my followers, about this, as well as up-to-date events that are happening as well, on how to capitalize on this and actually move forward. So let me tell you the 5 disruptive innovations that are actually coming to fruition as we speak. You have artificial intelligence, fintech, robotics, 3D printing, and let's see, DNA sequencing. Okay, so if you guys, a little bit of homework for you guys, one of my favorite videos to watch. It's a woman named Kathy Wood. Now, Kathy Wood has started her own investment firm called ARK Invest, and they're making a lot of ripples throughout the investment world. And she's actually demolished Warren Buffett, which he runs Berkshire Hathaway. She's demolished the S&P 500. The reason why is because she understands just disruptive innovation, and she's capitalizing on it. Now, there's a video that she made. It was called the Global Summit. Kathy Wood Global Summit. It's about 31 minutes long. I highly recommend each and every one of you go ahead and look at that video. It might seem a little bit boring to you guys, but if you actually try to comprehend what's actually going on, she's dead nuts. And this video is about 2 years old, and everything that she has said through this has actually transpired so far. She has been deadly accurate with this, and I have done quite a bit of research on this stuff, so I can actually be a little beacon for you guys for some truth and some accurate information that's actually happening in the world. I feel as if all the news and stuff like that is just a bunch of fear and evil and non-truth. So hopefully I can help you guys out with that stuff. So Tesla, my favorite innovative company in the world, bar none. Everybody thinks like, oh, they make electric vehicles and electric vehicles will never be a thing because we have to do coal and oil and all that stuff. This could not be further than the truth. Every single, I think it's just about every continent, is actually pushing for a new Green Deal or green energy. Like in the European Union, they have to be underneath a certain carbon threshold. I think I'm going to be carbon neutral, if I'm not mistaken, by 2030. China's going to be pushing that as well, and then America's going to be right behind that, pushing with this new Green Deal and stuff. Now, this innovation doesn't need it, but they feel as if that they need to regulate it and put it into the new Green Deal so people will actually adopt it faster. So they give incentives to people. So if you get solar panels for your house, they'll give you a tax incentive to actually put them in your house. They did it for Tesla in California for a long time. Now, Tesla is by far and away, like, again, the most innovative company in the world. Like, for instance, if they hire you in their company, and if you don't innovate in that spot within a certain amount of time, they will actually get rid of you. So they only hire innovators throughout the entire company. I could do about a 4-hour video on Tesla alone. But Tesla is by far and away the most advanced company in the world, especially when it comes to these cars. Everybody says, like, hey, Tesla does electric cars and they're not going to do anything, right? Well, Tesla doesn't make cars. Tesla makes robotic, artificial intelligent robots that just happen to have wheels. And yeah, you guys might be murmuring to yourself like, oh yeah, that's just some like fancy mumbo jumbo. No, that's exactly what's happening. What Tesla's able to do is they're able to do updates on their vehicles as time goes on. So if you want your vehicle to go faster, well, you just need to download a little update, and you probably have to purchase that, and it will actually alter your car's ability. Not to mention what it's going to be able to do with its screen. It has a big flat screen in there, and they're actually going to create their own video game console in there. They're a partner with a company called Tencent, and it's a huge gaming company. And they're going to be implementing their own new console in there, which actually is going to be more powerful than Xbox or PlayStation. So then, not to mention the autonomous vehicle. Like all this autonomous news that you guys are hearing, if you hear like, oh, well, somebody else died or stuff like that, Tesla vehicles are the most safe vehicles in the world. Even if you put in the crash test, every one of the vehicles that Tesla gets, get crash tested, ends up being the top of the world. I think there are 3 or 4 of them right now, or I think the top 3 or 4 spots of the best crash test in the world. They have a Model S coming out soon. It's actually going to be the fastest car in the world. So they're very far ahead of the curve, not just with electrical vehicles, but with just innovation in vehicles as a whole. Now, why will Tesla overturn the big 3? Now, mind you, I work for the big 3. I've done that for my whole life, my whole adult life, I should say. The way that they do things is just slow and it's boring. Let me give an example. Let's say you buy a new vehicle. It could be any of the big 3 or any vehicle in the world, as long as it's not a Tesla. And there's an issue with the vehicle. Well, what they do is they take it upstairs and they figure out, hey, we have this issue. Okay, how do we fix it? Well, do we fix it now or later? Well, 99% of the time, it's always later. And it takes about 3 to 6 years for these big 3 companies, or the world's biggest auto manufacturers in the world, to implement this change. Because they have to go through, they change the machinery, and it's a long process. Even if you could change the vehicles a little bit, they have to do a complete tear out of the entire facility just to start building a new vehicle. Well, Tesla has made 13 changes on one part within 3 months. They innovate as time goes. So they just move much, much faster with this. Now, excuse me. It's a little choked up right there. As they keep innovating, they're going to keep innovating faster and faster and faster. And these other companies are still like in the building blocks in the beginning stages of this. Like the new F-150. That thing's going to have 200 something miles to a charge. Well, the Cybertruck coming out. It's going to have over 500 miles, and it's already road tested. Or the H3 that's coming out, right? Well, it's going to be over $100,000, or it's at least going to be close to that price range. And they haven't even started making it yet. And they're saying, oh, well, estimated charge and all this stuff. Like, it's all speculative. Everything is, all this stuff that people are feeding you about these other EVs and how Tesla's going to have competition, no, not even close. There is, and I'm telling you guys to take this to the bank. There is not a single company on planet Earth that is relatively close to competing with Tesla. So they are just super innovative, okay? Now, I don't want to just get stuck on Tesla the whole time. I'm sure I can do multiple videos on that if that's something that interests you guys. But innovation, okay? Artificial intelligence, okay? Artificial intelligence is already taking over on some people's, not taking over, I should say, but they are already being implemented on a lot of people's, what is the word I'm looking for? Their industries, okay? And Tesla's actually one of them because they're using artificial intelligence in their cars. So fintech is going to revolutionize the world as well. Let me explain to you what that is. Very, very basic layman terms, okay? Like, you guys know what those QR codes are with a bunch of random stuff inside there. Let's say you go to the store, okay, and you want to buy a pop, okay, or a soda, Coke, whatever you guys are from, okay? We call it pop up here. But let's say you want to just buy something real quick, okay? Well, what you would do is you take your phone out and you'd scan, and the other person would show that their QR code, and your transaction would be immediate. It'd be right then and there. Now, these transactions are going to be able to take place anywhere in the world. So let's say that you want to buy something across the country, right? The QR code will be sent the same way. It'll be instantaneous. It's not going to be taking 3 to 5 days to have something be sent. And this is very much going to revolutionize the world. China has already been using this for a long time. And fun fact that I'll bring up in a later video is that their GDP has grown by 5x back in a study that was done back in 2017 by Kathy Wood, actually. But I'm going to talk about that in a later video about a company called Ripple, and I'm sure you guys are going to be wanting to know about that cryptocurrency stuff as well, because I'm going to educate you guys so you're not left in the dust and these tycoons are going to take over. You guys are going to take over because we're going to have the power because we know what's going on here. DNA sequencing, I believe I touched on that earlier about how they're going to be able to take different... Oh, I didn't. I did a video earlier and then I stopped that video. So let me tell you what DNA sequencing is. All right, so your DNA is made up of, there's 2 chromosomes, okay, and then they make a double helix, and there's a bunch of different strands there to make you up of who you are. Well, a company named CRISPR Genetics is actually leading this industry, and what they do is they're able to download your human genome. So they're able to download your entire strain of your DNA, and to figure out exactly what makes you up. Now, that's pretty cool, except they are able to alter your DNA. They're able to put things in there or take things out. And what that would actually do is actually, well, it could possibly change who you are, right? That's where it's kind of like a little weary. But what they're able to do is they're actually able to cure diseases. This isn't something they're just going to be a fix. It's not going to be a pill. They're literally going to be able to cure diseases, cure them forever. It is done. This is actually under one of ARK's platforms of ARKG. By the way, ARK, some of you that are looking to actually invest into this stuff, I highly recommend looking into ARK Disruptive Innovations. And they have 6 different platforms. And it all starts with the ARK. That's what the ticker is, or that's what you would search for to go and buy their stocks. And it's ARKG, ARKX, and then it's like F, W, K, and Q. And so you just type in ARK and then those following corresponding letters. And those are all the platforms of which you can buy ARK. And what it is, it's a actively managed ETF mutual fund. Let me explain to that very basic, okay? A mutual fund is something that a bunch of people put money into to buy the same share of something. An ETF is a fractional share. So let's say that you want to buy a stock that's $300. You don't have $300. You only have $3. Well, you can put that little bit of money into that share and just own a part of that. And then Kathy Wood actually actively manages it. So what she does is, let's say you go buy one of her stocks, right? And it's like for, I don't know, $80. So you buy one of those stocks, well, you actually just bought about 30 to 40 different companies, depending on which one that you got. And Kathy Wood will actually, she does this with her entire team, and they buy and sell the stocks for you, and you just let it sit. Now, that stock will raise and lower as time goes on, but it makes investing really easy. And in my opinion, Kathy Wood will go down in history as the greatest investor. Again, do your own research on that. I have. So let's go ahead and move on to more. Okay, you got robotics. Our job industry in America is going to be going away. So right now, the economy that we have right now is really suffering. That's why you see these big bonuses for the fast food restaurants, just to get people to be signed on. People are actually, they're printing so much money in the Federal Reserve that people are actually wanting to stay home rather than go to work. A lot of these jobs are going to be replaced by robots. It's going to probably start. It's going to start heavy into the production industry, like what are the assembly lines and stuff like that. They're really going to take over very, very quickly. But these other robotics that are going to be coming into fruition, they're actually bipods, so they can actually walk on their own 2 legs. Yeah, this stuff sounds crazy, but guys, this stuff is happening. I promise you. Within the next 10 years, we're going to be seeing radical changes. And I'm telling you guys this stuff so you actually get ahead of the curve, okay? Because if you want to make a change in the world, you need to understand what's going on, because society is being played right now. We have an entire generation of kids that are about to be able to vote at the same time that has been brought up on an iPad, on a laptop, in front of a computer screen, in front of a TV screen. Most of their conscious life, or at least a large part of their conscious life, has been set in front of a screen. And I don't know if you guys have seen what happens when you take one of these screens away from their kids, but it's not pretty. And pretty soon, these people are going to be voting. So to each their own, whatever. I don't think it's a very... our country's been a bunch of guinea pigs. That's what's happened. We have this brand new technology, right? And we give it to a bunch of people, a human race that has never had it before ever. And now it's in front of our face constantly. So there's going to be some ramifications with that. So stay tuned to what's actually happening with this innovation turnover. So what this actually is, this is the fourth industrial revolution that's taking underway. Nobody's talking about this, and it's very important. This industrial revolution is just going to change everything, guys. Now we got 3D printing. Okay, 3D printing. A lot of you already know what that is, and if people think like, it just kind of went under the table. Well, a lot of these innovations actually have been around since the 90s, believe it or not, but it was not practical to use. One, there was no crisis to where we actually had to change the way we do things, right? We have a bunch of crises coming in now. And then two, it was too expensive. Same thing with the DNA sequencing. It was too expensive. It cost like $1 million, $1 billion, I get them mixed up, but it's a lot of money. It costs a ridiculous amount of money to do it back in the 90s, even though they could do it, but now it's like $500 to do it. And a lot of people are going to get their own geneticists to actually keep up with this and actually take care of themselves if they see fit. Now, again, you have some religious people that are going to say, hey, that's not good, right? But anyway, 3D printing, it's going to be used, what it's looked like it's going to be used on is actually in the airline industry more than anything. Because like say an airline needs 30 parts to do something, well, a 3D printer will actually bring that down to about 2. So this is a revolution as a whole, okay? But now we actually have space travel as well, and I know that people will think that's crazy too. There's a lot of flat earthers out there, whichever, be that as it may, but people are going to space. You have Virgin Galactic going to space. Actually, SpaceX, which is actually ran by the same guy that runs Tesla, Elon Musk. And they're expecting to actually have rides into space within the next about 5 years or so. So now, again, I'm not trying to tell you guys this stuff just to be like, wow, look, all this crazy stuff that's happening. I'm telling you guys this stuff so you can actually do your own due diligence and look into this, because we're spending all of our time on these devices anyway. We're spending your time on your computer, on your phone, on your laptop. Well, are we educating ourselves, or are we just wildering away at giving these tycoons data? You see what I'm saying? So never before in the history of mankind, in my opinion, never before in the history of mankind has it ever been easier to chase your dreams. If you want to, whatever you want to do, like if you need help doing something, you can go on social media. You can go on, I forget what that was, LinkedIn, right? And you just search for people that have similar interest, and they have a similar mindset, and you can build a company if you want it. You need help doing something, you can contact it. If you want to figure out how to build a tree house, you go on YouTube. Like everything that you're interested in, there is an expert online that is teaching this stuff. 99% of it is for free. So these people that want to pay for courses and stuff, I don't really see it, because all the information I've ever needed personally, I was able to get it for free. And I'm able to actually have this lifestyle now to where I can actually come on here and talk to you guys. Now because I need the free time to be able to do that. Now guys, I've done construction my entire adult life. Hell, even when I was in high school, I did construction. But working 5, 6, 7 days a week, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort. So what I want to do is give you guys these tools so you don't have to do that forever. Because I love my job, I love it. But the thing is, like, I'm a capitalist. I'm driven by money, by income, by how I can actually provide for my family. And there are many different avenues that are available out there that you can actually drive revenue for your family and not have to work underneath somebody. Like for instance, like, there's a lot of money to be made by just going on Facebook Marketplace and flipping items on there. You find something for free, you can turn around and sell it for $20. People are giving away for free because they don't want to throw it away because it might actually have value to somebody. So there's a lot of different ways to actually make money out there. But this disruptive innovation is not going away. And I know not everybody has the means or the ability to invest in things like that, but we have to figure out what we're doing or making our conscious decisions from day to day. Is that latte worth it when you can make astronomical gains in this other stuff? And I'll do another video on this because the amount of gains that are able to be made here are nothing short of astronomical. So guys, go ahead and watch that Kathy Wood video. the Global Summit, Kathy Wood. It's about, I think I said 31 minutes long. Go ahead and look at that because it'll blow your mind, and she has been very accurate. I do have a lot of research into this stuff, and I want to be able to have the show so I can actually get you guys to come here. I need to give you guys things that other people aren't giving you, and I'm giving you an opportunity and an option. And there's a ton more to this, guys, and I'm not going to let you down. So stay tuned. Like the video, subscribe. It really helps me out. I really appreciate your time. I love you all, and I will see you on the next one.